Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kendrick Nguyen. I am the Associate Director for the Johns Hopkins Urban Health Institute, overseeing our strategic goal number three, dialogue and trust. I'm joined here this afternoon by Natalie Wiggins, who's our program specialist for grants and awards, and we're going to talk today about the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award for the 2026 season. So we'll start off with some introductions and housekeeping. We'll talk about the awards, specifically about eligibility, important dates, nomination requirements, and also run through a demo of the GHU InfoReady system. And then we'll conclude with any questions and answers that people might have. Housekeeping, here you see on your on the screen for engagement. This session is being recorded. Please submit any questions in the Q&A option at the bottom of your screen. This will be in closed caption. We'd like to start this presentation off by acknowledgement of Indigenous and racial inequities. Um, so again, it's really important, especially during these times, to acknowledge that we sit on lands that are unceded lands of the Piscataway and Susquehanna people. Today, there are more than 7,000 Indigenous peoples in Baltimore City, including members of the Piscataway, Lumbee, and Eastern Band Cherokee nations. We acknowledge the history of oppression and systemic inequities while representing all tribal nation sovereignty. We strive to do our own work to address these inequities and disparities in Black, Latinx, Indigenous, and Native American persons, Asian American persons, Pacific Islanders, all persons of color, members of religious minorities, LGBTQ, disability, and persons otherwise adversely affected by persistent poverty or inequality experienced while expanding partnerships with and following the leads of these communities. So our mission here at UHI is to advance health and health equity in Baltimore. We have three main goals within our mission. Um, and we are fortunate to have a team of associate directors that leads each one of these goals. You see them here on your screen. I oversee the third one, which pertains to the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award. This is our slide with our team members. We have a very strong and small team. Do a lot of work. Next slide, please. So now we'll talk about the award. This is from our 2025 award grantee. So just to start off, not to assume that anyone knows who Henrietta Lacks is, her story is essentially legendary at this point, and her global impact of her cells has been um, instrumental in scientific advancement, and we want to acknowledge her legacy of her um, amplifying her voice when she wasn't given the voice to be able to do so. And that's why this award honors her name. I would encourage anyone who's not familiar with the history. There's a very popular book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, if anyone's not familiar with her story. And if anyone's not familiar, Henrietta Lacks is a native of Baltimore. So also more important that we lift up her memory and honor her legacy. So about the award, it's a $15,000 award. We're recognizing impactful co-developed programs between community-based organizations and Hopkins University partners. The award is presented at the annual Henrietta Lacks Memorial Lecture, which is hosted by the Johns Hopkins Institute for Clinical and Translational Research. We'll have the dates on some forthcoming slides. So the purpose of the award is to highlight the importance of community and university collaborations and recognize their impactful programs and support their continued work. So here are the dates I've aforementioned. This is probably the most important date. If you remember, these are something to just save, screenshot, so you have a sense of what your timeline is. Our submission deadline for this year will be Monday, May 18th by 5 p.m. Eastern time. Award non or we'll try to get the award notifications out by on Tuesday, June 30th. And then we part of the award awardees acknowledgments and trying to amplify their impact. We do interviews and a video production showcasing the awardee. The timeline for that will be as seen up here, between in early August and on the actual day of the award lecture. And then the award ceremony is slated for this year to be Saturday, October 10th. Um, Details will be further relayed as we receive them. So the eligibility for the award, it must be a Baltimore City-based program, and there has to be at least 2 years of active collaboration between the community-based organization and Hopkins in the nominated program. Again, the award actually goes to the program, not necessarily the individual organization or the Hopkins entity. So it's important that this is about the program, not specifically about the organization specifically. We know there's a lot of community-based organizations running multiple programs at the same time, and we fully acknowledge that and want to uplift those, specifically one program that they've been able to do in partnership with Hopkins successfully. And we want to make sure that these programs are locally established within Baltimore City and address some of the social determinants of health, including housing, education, youth, and youth development, and addressing anti-poverty strategies and community health. So nomination requirements, as I've mentioned before, there has to be an active collaboration between the community-based organization and the university. We want a program summary of about 200 words. We don't need you to write a 4-page essay. And for the sake of our committee review members, we just need to be short, pithy, to the point. We want to know the description of the program within 1,800 words, its origins, its goals, its structure, its funding, and its impact. That'll kind of give the committee a sense of what the monies will be used for, what you all are doing out in the community, and what your impact for what you think the award monies could be used for. And then we also ask for up to 3 references as well. So what our reviewers look for, again, we have a review committee that consists of both Hopkins University members as well as community university members. Um, I oversee that committee, but I am not a voting member of that committee. UHI's role is just to convene the committee, and then the committee members decide amongst themselves which programs are the strongest to receive the award. We're looking for evidence of community impact and sustainability and purposeful use of award funds. We want the program to align with the spirit and the purpose of the award. And again, we're looking at impact and the reach of the program, and the resources, the capacity of the program to benefit from the award. Again, the award goes to the program, not the individual organization nor the Hopkins entity that is the partner. So we're really trying to uplift the program itself. So I really want to uplift our prior awardees to really get a good sense of what we're looking for. Go to our website. These are some of our most recent award people who've won the award. These are remarkable programs doing remarkable work in the city. And if you really want to get a sense of the passion that people have, the things that people are doing in the city, if you just want to just have get a smile on your face to uplift your day. But these are things that we're really looking for in the spirit of these programs that are sort of making meaningful impact in people's lives throughout Baltimore City. So I encourage you to go to our website, and you can look at our videos for the winners within the past few years. So tips for a strong submission, again, make it concise, make it readable, please spell check, use proper grammar. I will say a caution about using artificial intelligence. We can, most people can kind of read if you've used AI to do it. Certainly not saying you can't use artificial intelligence to help you write the award, but I would caution using it to do everything for you because you can tell when sometimes when people use artificial intelligence. We really want to hear a compelling story with data and the heart of your mission, the thing that drives you, the fire in your belly, um, and demonstrate shared decision making, clarify your outcomes, tactics, and future plans. So we welcome recent re-applications. Welcome to resubmit and refresh your nomination. Consider some feedback that we might have given from your application last year and update metrics and your narratives and share some new outcomes and things and collaborations you had in your program. Award funds and vendor setup. So the funds are awarded directly to the community-based organization, not to the Hopkins partner. Natalie will go over the logistics of using the software to submit your nominations, but after the award is actually granted, we'll go into there's it's done through JH Payment Works profile. Again, if you actually win the award, we will be in close communication, our team, about the logistics of getting paid. We just wanted to bring that up here in this slide. So after the demo, we'll have a Q&A period where just please submit your comments and questions. Now, Natalie, I'll pivot to Natalie. She's going to show you a demo of using the platform for submitting the nominations.
Okay, and the results is actually very much what we anticipated is that it's not very well-known program for community members, but while some of the Johns Hopkins faculty students might already be using this, that's one of the subjects we wanted to cover during the session, this part of the session. We'll advance to the next slide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so on the following slides, you will see some of the screenshots from our website. So from our homepage to the program landing webpage, urbanhealth.gu.edu/HLMA. If you haven't been to this webpage yet, this is a great resource. It tells you about the history of the award, about previously awarded programs you might have registered. For today's info session here's the link to get to the submission form and so forth. So very briefly, so to accept program nominations for this award, we're using this platform specifically tailored for the university-wide programs. The platform ensures that both Johns Hopkins and the community collaborators can work on the nomination for the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award at the same time. And I skip this slide. And it also allows all involved in the process to have access to all relevant information, all documentation, keep all the information safe and current, all the data you're sharing. That's very important to us. So overall, we hope to make this form easy to use. So if we haven't, please do let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So without further ado, so to navigate to the nomination information webpage, you will click on the section in the top right corner that indicates learn more and submit nominations. And you will see this webpage. So you will scroll down to find the submit a nomination button located under the important dates. But before you click on it, please take a look at the webpage overall. Here you can see all the details Dr. Kendra Gwynn just went over in the slides prior. We have also included two Q&A sections. One includes most frequently asked questions, including those we have received by email during an info session like this, like you're attending right now previously. And the other one, you can actually see the screenshot on the right side. It includes some of the tips to help navigate the InfoReady platform. So if you go back and click on the Submit a Nomination button, this will bring you to the GHU InfoReady platform. And this is what you can anticipate seeing. The first thing you would need to do, you would need to be sure that you're at the correct landing page, and you will start with the login. in the top right corner, you will see, so it's partially covered by this orange circle, you will see a login button in the top right corner. And the Johns Hopkins affiliates can use their JET ID to log in, and community partners would need to register at the bottom of that page first. So it's one of the most common missing elements. Be sure to scroll down to the bottom, and on the screen here on the slide, you can see. So it's a little bit not very intuitive to find, but it's there. Once you sign in and register, you are all set to proceed to the nomination. So once you log in, as you register, you use one email address. It will be your primary email address you use for all communication. And again, Johns Hopkins affiliates, please use your JET ID. You might already have an account there. And that will be the email address where you'll be getting all communication moving forward related to this nomination. Okay, and this is on the screenshots. Screenshots you see on your pages. It um, includes what else does it have? So the dates you've seen on some of the slides. So uh, it just basically includes supporting documents that you can see on our, you can also get them on our website. And here we just duplicated them for the ease of the access. You can also refer to the call for nominations throughout the nominations development process. So instead of clicking back and forth between our website and the platform, we're trying to make it easier to navigate. You will nominate, click on the section that you see just directly underneath the title of the award 2026 Urban Health Institute Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award, and it says click to nominate. And just be sure to complete all sections. On the left side of the screen, you will see, oh, by the way, I would recommend using a desktop, also a laptop for the initial submission. It is, the platform is user-friendly for many devices. There might be some differences how it appears on your screens. So at least for the initial draft submission or just to start application, I would recommend using a PC or a laptop. So you can see there are 5 sections, and you'll be able to advance as you click on the bottom, at the bottom left corner, you can see it says like you can go back to edit review and click next and save as a draft until you're ready to come back and finish it. And lastly, you at the finish line. So save and or submit your nomination. You can submit it as a draft, review your information, review any uploads if you choose to add anything. So some of them, some of the applications, some of the attachments that we tend to receive, it's any flyers, any links to, if there's like the program or participants are featured in the news and the social media. So feel free to share what you would like to use to support your nomination, to make a case about the program. So finally, be sure that all required fields a complete, check that acknowledgement box at the bottom. So the acknowledgement box says that it wants to be sure that both it reads that all submitted, so to my best knowledge, the nominated program and the collaboration meet all eligibility requirements, and it was a joint submission. So both Johns Hopkins collaborator and community collaborator of the partnership of the program are working on this together. In the very last page, also, there's a field that actually I wanted to highlight, and I see it's not on the screen. So notifications after the submission are sent by email, so recipients don't have to have the account. So if it can be just one person who, well, two people who make a submission, you can add additional team members or anybody you would like to get posted by emails about where the things stand with this platform. So there's a field that says add contacts for notification. You enter them, enter email addresses separated with a comma. So let's see. Is there anything there? So after you click submit, the proposal is considered final. No changes could be made to it after that. And Dr. Gwynn mentioned this earlier, brought it up earlier, and this is something I also wanted to highlight. It's optional but encouraged after you submit the nomination. So the even though it does feel a little bit too early while you, to get yourself set up to receive the funds if you receive the award, but it's one of those steps that um, in true in healthy and real partnership, organizations might already be sending funds to each other. So Johns Hopkins faculty, staff and students, so engaged Johns Hopkins collaborators and community organization might already be working on a grant. They might have already had some engagement, which required for a community organization to be set up as a vendor to receive a payment. So, but also we understand that some of the work is being done nonprofit pro bono status. So this is the step we would encourage to look into this element. So collaborating community organizations should work with a financial support representative of a Johns Hopkins entity to update or create their vendor profile. And let's see. Let's see what is that. There's that. And before we have any, I think I saw a message in the chat. Did we get any questions? Uh-huh. And yes, and we are now, thank you so much for that question. For that question. And there we go. And the next slide. There we go. Thank you. Moja, would you like to elaborate on the awardee expectation?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Tamoja Graves, Communication Specialist for the Urban Health Institute. For awardee expectations, along with receiving the award at the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award at the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Lecture, you also have the opportunity to participate in a professionally produced video that we will highlight your collaborative efforts, your community impact, along with the work behind your project or your program. And so this video in full will be used to promote the award in the program, and you're also welcome to use it for your own purposes, whether it's for to share with your colleagues, with funders, or just within your organization's communications, but it's yours to keep. What you can expect once your program has officially been notified as the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award winner, I will reach out to you to begin the video production process, and that will start with a brief kickoff meeting, which would be held either in person or virtual, but will be scheduled after July 1st, so keeping that date in mind. And this meeting will include, your collaborating organization, so the community lead and the Hopkins lead, along with myself, another UHI team member possibly, and also our video producer. And we'll just use that time to just identify, key individuals to be interviewed to best tell your story, confirm filming locations, and also to just finalize scheduling of the shooting. So um, in terms of the filming timeline, since the timeline was mentioned earlier, video interviews are expected to take place between August 3rd and August 7th. So we're giving you a heads up so that you can start to plan around flexibility. And we hope to aim to complete all interviews in a single day. But if that's not possible, we'll use that brief timeline or brief kickoff meeting to discuss further. And so if you have any questions, on our website, we have the video information sheet for you to review, and my email is also located there. But it's tgrave18@jh.edu.
Thank you so much, Samoja. And there's something you see in the very last bullet point. Participate in the ICTR, Institute for Clinical and Translational Researchers lecture. So that we're currently, well, we're still currently working with the lecture hosts about what to expect, what will take place at the lecture itself. We are working to engage you guys. So the recipient of the award, the collaboration, would be invited to participate in the Q&A session with the audience. So stay tuned, but please, the date is still tentative, the time to be announced. So please hold that date on your calendars, and we'll share details as soon as more information is available.
And now we will open up the floor for any questions. So here we see just some key things in here. Remember the key dates and nomination requirements. We have some links here to our guiding principles for community engagement. Start working on your nomination now. We have the portal for JHU info ready. If you have any questions, please contact us at urbanhealth@jhu.edu. Again, key dates will be on the actual date of the in-person lecture. Regardless of whether you are selected for the award or not, we do encourage everyone to attend the memorial lecture on Saturday, October 10th. It's a very fantastic event honoring the legacy of Henrietta Lacks. Then I'll pivot to Moja to discuss some other things we have going on over at the Urban Health Institute.
Yes, and so if you are looking to engage with UHI outside of the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award, we do have current and upcoming program initiatives. For the first one you see on the slides, the 2027 Bunting Neighborhood Leadership Program, which are currently running, and the deadline to apply is May 25th. And we also have an upcoming, the second information session for that this month, April 25th on a Saturday. And we also have upcoming the 2026 Baltimore Health Equity Impact Grant. So please stay tuned and put it on your calendar for April 27th. It's also on Monday. We have a Community Speakers Bureau, which is a platform for Baltimore voices to share their voice and expertise and show up in Hopkins classrooms. And lastly, we are currently celebrating 25 years advancing health equity in Baltimore. And so if you are not currently following UHI on our social media platforms, you will see that we are currently running a campaign called Baltimore Voices #I'm UHI, which we are featuring all voices from the 25 years who received either the Henrietta Lacks Memorial Award, our funding initiatives, or a BNOP fellow. You'll hear from all of them. And so stay tuned.
And with that, we thank you all for your time and best of luck with applying for the award. Take care. Have a good day.